Strange places are hosts to strange people, and sometimes they might want you to stay with them forever. Number 10. JSquad family and a friend are taking an Uber ride from a party to a hotel. The driver slowly starts to make him feel very uncomfortable, so his friend begins recording the interaction for both evidence and their personal safety. The driver asks about JSquad's girlfriend and makes other weird personal comments throughout the conversation, like this one for example.
But you're not the word that they said. You're so much more than that. Yeah, thank you. You're so welcome.
JSquad isn't sure what to say, so he just kind of goes along. That is, until the driver stops following the GPS instructions and goes in the completely wrong direction.
Do you think you should turn to... Yeah, probably should. Oh my god. I knew I was gonna... I knew it. Well, good. Thank you.
He promises to get JSquad back to his hotel, but there's something in his voice that I find very insincere and maybe even slightly menacing. Eventually, the friend in the backseat nervously says,
Anyways,
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tethered, which I think means that he feels so trapped right now. JSquad nods in silent agreement. The driver does not pick up on any of this and keeps talking. Eventually, the driver gets noticeably perturbed, and he stops talking to them completely for a while.
Listen to the radio.
His music selection sounds like something Norman Bates would choose, and only serves to creep them out even more. Then, without warning, he makes a startling demand.
Guys, feel free to sing along. Keep that camera on too.
At this point, he has noticed the camera and sarcastically tells them to keep recording. JSquad quickly tells him to pull over at a random street and they get out safely. Who knows what would have happened to them if they didn't have the quick wits to start recording the situation. Number 9. A YouTuber named Ruin Road wants to explore the old remains of the Hutchins Intermediate School in Detroit, Michigan. So he climbs through one of the blown out windows and rummages all around. He is getting some artistic shots of various angles and landscapes when he notices somebody is posted by a fence a few 100 feet away. Something feels off about the man, but he ignores it and keeps exploring. Some more time passes and Ruin Road eventually forgets all about the strange man, but then a noise in the next room swings him around. Ruin Road senses someone is coming for him and quickly gets out of the building fast. He later concludes that the person outside was serving as a lookout and that other people were coming into the building to jump him. I think there is a good possibility that this is true, but then again maybe they were just some fellow urban explorers, or maybe he was being paranoid and there was no one around at all. With that said, I have in good fact heard about people getting robbed in abandoned buildings around Detroit, so I think it's good that he didn't stick around to find out. Number 8. Darren Levy Official has a YouTube channel dedicated to his adventures as an Uber driver. Most of the videos are upbeat and positive, but one of them captures one of the worst moments of his life. Two tough-looking men get in the car and gruffly tell Darren to drive to a nearby town. They don't look trustworthy at all, and neither one can verify their information, so Darren knows that they are just two people from off the street and not his real passenger. When he tells them to leave, they won't take no for an answer.
So? Are you sure you're Andy?
Yeah, we're Andy. Let's go. Just drive.
Dude, I know what you're doing. I can't.
Just
Before he knows it, Darren finds himself in a tight hold, unable to do much besides comply. Tell me if you think it would be safer at this point to do as they say, or try to attract somebody's attention. Darren decides to go along with them for now. A short while later, they call a third person named Toby and talk about what I think could have been some sort of elaborate heist.
Hey man, yeah, easy. In and out, 45 seconds.
It sounds to me like they are going to force Darren to be their unwilling getaway driver, but then one of them notices the camera and their plans fall apart.
I'm gonna call you back in a second. Wait, is that thing on?
Battery's dead, man.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's on, mate.
They know their cover is blown and quickly get out of the car. It's a good thing too. Who knows what they would have done with Darren in the end? Based on what I've seen, they clearly aren't in the right state of mind. Number 7. A YouTuber named Solar and his friends are checking out an old abandoned hotel that's rumored to be the secret meeting place for an organized cult. The first thing they notice is how the hotel looks to still be in use, despite being abandoned for many years. The pentagram in the floor looks recent and could be used for who knows what. They decide to arm themselves and keep exploring. Eventually, they wind up on an overpass and can see their SUV, but something is out of place.
Honestly, like, we want to come back here. Oh, bro. What the? No way. Oh, bro. Yeah, let's go.
A wheeled cart comes rolling towards them, obviously pushed by someone nearby. The friends know that danger is near, so they race to their car and get out of there before the cult has a chance to take them away. Number 6. When a YouTuber named Side Dreams hears that a clown is nearby, he and his friend decide to jump in the car and track it down. They think they see something in the cornfield and pull over to investigate. Out of the car, they are ambushed from behind.
Get in here! What the f? Go, 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 go! Oh my god! Go, go! Holy oh my god!
Someone rushes up to them wearing a bright orange wig and holding some sort of pole or even a spear. What's really crazy is that it seems to be able to keep up with the car for much longer than any human being should be able to. This person is either full of adrenaline or not of this world. Number 5. This monkey has a human child pinned to the ground, but its intentions are unclear. I'm not sure if it's simply curious about the child or ready to take it away, perhaps even both. A huge crowd soon forms. If someone is able to translate this part, then maybe we can learn more about what's going on here. But the monkey seems quite possessive and even willing to defend its territory. Eventually, the child is quickly plucked away while the monkey is busy keeping an eye on someone else. If someone can help me understand this animal's behavior, I would appreciate it. I'm not sure if it's trying to mother this toddler or claim it for dinner. Number 4. Meet the vloggers are vacationing in Dubai and simply having an awesome time. They are returning to their rental car after a fun-filled day, only to find a surprise twist waiting for them on the hood.
This person, yeah, they must live in the apartment that we live in to get in and take pictures. Do you know how close this is?
Apparently, someone must have been following them around with a camera for the whole day. Each photograph has a completely handwritten message just for Yasmin. The last photograph, labeled "It's Me," is completely blank. Some of these pictures were only taken a few feet away, meaning that whoever took them was close enough to grab her if they wanted to. I think that her husband Kel could be playing a joke on her, because he doesn't sound especially concerned about the whole thing. Listen to this part and tell me if you think he is the one responsible.
I'm watching you, and then this picture here, it's me, just a blank one.
Number 3. There are rumors of a small cult living on a forgotten side road somewhere by the Baltimore Turnpike just off Route 1. A YouTuber named Dragon LaLafferty claims to know its exact location and has uploaded proof. It isn't long before him and his friends pass another vehicle, which turns around and starts tailgating them at high speeds.
Coming right up on us too. Ouch, ouch, yep. Yay, we're being chased.
The car continues to come at them down the winding road way too fast, alternating between high beams and total darkness all the while. Dragon Lafferty and his friends nervously play off the chase like it's no big deal, but I can tell that they are nervous. The cult member eventually disengages upon reaching the main road. Everyone is lucky to have made it out alive, but then they have a very bad idea.
I don't know what would happen if we stopped. People said they'd do it, but they never said, like, what happened.
Their last update was more than 8 years ago, so maybe they followed through with their plan and were never heard from again. Number 2. DontBrada is checking out the crumbling floors of an abandoned office building while wearing a head cam. It isn't long before he hears what could be a door slam shut in the distance.
I swear I heard somebody.
He unsheaths a blunt instrument for protection and continues looking around. Part of him wants to leave, but there's just one more floor left to cover. Eventually, he comes across a section of the building that has collapsed into a large dark hole. I personally don't see anything, but some people claim to see another person looking back in the darkness. Tell me what you see, if anything. The whole time, DontBrada can't shake the feeling that he's being watched, so he leaves the building before anything can take him by surprise. Who knows what would have happened if he stayed there much longer, or worse still, visited at night. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I recently released a new song called Dreamland. Please let me know if you think my music is improving or not. Tap the circle icon in the top right corner, then tap my new song to give it a listen. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1. Marina Joyce is a British YouTuber whose channel took a bizarre turn in 2016. When rumors began to spread that she had been taken captive, people were speculating that not only was she being held against her will, but that somebody was with her at all times and not letting her stray far from home. I was highly suspicious of this theory until I took a look at the evidence for myself. Here, for example, is what happened during a live stream, when someone told Marina Joyce to scratch her nose and make a heart shape if she was in danger.
It says I'm not in danger. If you guys wanted to know.
Here you can see a firearm on the right side of her room, which many people think could belong to the person keeping her captive. In another video, it sounds like she could be bound by ankle chains, but maybe it's just jewelry.
So close. Wait, let me see if I can jump and show you.
These are only 3 videos from dozens of different examples, all pointing to her possible captivity. After a long time, Marina Joyce made a video vaguely addressing these rumors. She said that she was not in her right mind when she made these videos and that she is better now, but doesn't go into any specific details.
And don't believe any of the conspiracy theories. They're literally all lies.
Many people still are not convinced and think that even this explanation is fake. Let me know what you think based on the video evidence presented here. The worst part about the dark is that no matter if you are safe by yourself or inches away from the worst danger imaginable, it always looks the same.